just over 8,000 pounds, like 8,005 pounds, 27.5 RLTS Eagle HT, one owner, originally sold here at Haylett RV, just coming in on trade. Why is it here? Well, he loved his Eagle HT so much, he just wanted a newer version of it, and he wanted a slightly bigger one. Swapped up his 27.5 for a 28.5 Eagle HT, and off he goes. I think that says a lot about how happy someone was with both our dealership and this trailer to just basically do a slightly updated version of this thing right back at the same place that he bought it from. While we have easy access to the bedroom and bathroom in transit, the one hiccup with this floor plan is that it's really a destination use trailer. When the slides are in like you see right here, we are going to be pretty much pinched off, but no big deal. You push the slide button real quick and you can squeeze through here if you have to, you know. So let's open her up and see what she's all about. Now this is a second generation Eagle HT, the first generation being like a platinum silver eagle type skin. This is, I think, where Eagle HT first really started to define itself and come into its own. Now, you know, it's, again, an earlier generation. It's, what, 4 or 5 years older than the current generation, so there's certainly some differences, but you can still see, like, the outline and the heart and soul of the current Eagle HT laid out here for us. Now, right here for guest sleeping, we do have a Trifold sleeper sofa hide-a-bed, and what I like is, with its side position, when it opens up, it doesn't block off the RV, and you can still utilize the left recliner over here, because that is a pushback recliner, if you need extra sleeping. So you can easily sleep, you know, a couple adults, a couple kids back here if need be, but at the end of the day, this is a couple's coach. And I think one of the things that's really contributed to the success of this floor plan across brands all over the place, because the brand that really made this layout popular is the Cougar 28 SGS, and wouldn't you know it, we also happen to be a Cougar dealer here at Haylett RV, so I'm pretty darn familiar with the history of how all these things come around, and the RV R&D, and how that stands for rip off and duplicate, and not research and develop. But they each have their own little spins on things. Like, I like that all the windows in this open for ventilation, even what I call the toothpick windows beside your rear seating back here for that awesome, awesome cross breeze. So your chairs being rocking chairs, independently moving here so that everyone has their own level of comfort. We do have night shades throughout. Overall, the actual shape, care, and condition of the RV is very good. I'm happy with just about everything I see here. Now it's used, and they actually used it quite a bit. So it's like if you bought a 2014 used car with 86,000 miles or whatever. Yeah, it's going to show a little bit of use, but that's why you're not paying the new RV price tag, right? Dining table over here surrounded by big windows, and there's a lot of RVs that only have windows on one side wall or the other. And that's where this one's kind of unique, in that it has windows all the way around this rear bend right here. You've got like a 180-degree viewing radius on the back side of this RV, which is pretty darn uncommon. Now, this is something they don't do anymore today, and it's not because they have leak issues or anything, but they have a second skylight right above the dinette here, just for even more ambient light, in addition to the kitchen skylight we're going to look at in a minute. Now, your entertainment here, I've always been a fan of side and corner entertainment centers like this, because they're easier to see from anywhere, and that TV actually can kick out to get to some storage behind it. And you'll see that there's an open shelf in the middle of that entertainment center for like Blu-ray players and stuff like that, with just bonus cabinet space below. The kitchen area over here. At a glance, this doesn't have much of a kitchen. But when you start opening everything up, you see that there's a lot more to offer necessarily than meets the eye. Starting up top here, you see that skylight above the kitchen, letting in all that natural lighting here, because obviously I don't have the lights on currently. But between the big windows and the skylights, everything looks pretty good. You can see, although this isn't the largest kitchen, it's not bad. It's got exactly what it needs where it needs it. It's appropriate for the size of the RV. What you do have to kind of stack the odds in your favor a little bit is this removable countertop extension right here, and it is quite long. So if you are looking for that bigger prep serving area, you can you have it here when you need it. This pops easily, stores under the bed, no sweat when you're you know, not needing it at the time. You can see that, like, you know, even today's Jaycos, we've got drawers to the floor down here. They give you all the drawers they possibly can. Obviously, that top drawer kind of fights a little bit with that countertop extension, but that's why it's removable. You sort of you know, pick what you need when you need it. And I also like the fact that over here they didn't waste any potential storage space. They opened up every little pocket they could, including a nice little pocket above the stovetop right here. And one other thing I want to point out in the kitchen is that's not just a viewing window. That does also crank open to get some extra cross breeze here in the kitchen area. Moving upstairs into the bathroom, this is still the same basic bathroom and layout that's used throughout almost all of the Eagle HT lineup. They have a very consistent, standardized upper deck. It's very effective. It offers lots of floor space here, so if you're a tall person like me with big legs in front of that toilet, you're not going to have problems. And with all that extra floor space that they gained by putting the linen cabinet and drawers in the slide out over there on the right side, it opens up the floor space in here quite a bit so that when you get out of the shower, you can actually stand up and get dressed. Now the shower pan is actually recessed to be floor flush. So the height in the shower is going to be the exact same height here in the main bathroom cavity where I'm standing. So this is very tall person friendly, which not all smaller class fifth wheels always offer us. Now this is a dual entry bathroom. You do have a slide, this whole wall right here slides to close that off, so that if you do have somebody on that height of bed, you know, they don't have to walk through your bedroom to get to the bathroom necessarily. Now this is a full 80-inch residential queen bed. And, you know, that it just means that taller people like me are going to get along just fine in here. And they went with full-length hanging wardrobes back when this was built. And thinking, yeah, but where do I put my phone or my CPAP stand or something like that? Well, if you look over here in the corner, they added these nice little shelves with a power outlet to accommodate folks like you. So they were, you know, very thoughtful in the application of this. Now, like, if I look around your front corners and stuff, no sign of any leaks or damage. This has been well kept and well maintained. Nothing about this scares me whatsoever. As we look over here to the left, you see that big closet. Well, this opens up for just a tremendous amount of, you know, closet storage space here. And you see that the bedroom closet upstairs, all this storage, it actually does extend through the bathroom, like I mentioned. Now, this RV right here that we're in was built with 30 amp service. So it is not built to be second air ready, which some of these Eagle HTs can be. I just want to point that out while I'm here. But I do want to point out that, like all Jaycos for as long, actually longer than I've been doing this, their air vents can actually turn and close off. So you can really control the airflow through your Eagle. And that's one of those things where you don't always necessarily need the second air on these. It is nice to leave all the vents open to kind of maintain the cool temperature throughout. And then at night, you can close off some like the living room or bathroom vents or something, just blow all the cold air up here in your bedroom. And if you are curious, you can add a TV here in the bedroom, although you'll see virgin wall panels here where nobody, you know, screwed anything into your wall panels and then removed anything. The outside looks good and shows big time signs of obvious care and maintenance. This has a high gloss skin, and if it wasn't kept clean, it wouldn't be highly glossy anymore. Still is. Frameless windows look great. Painted nose cap up here. This was made right around the time they transitioned away from color infused nose caps that faded like nobody's get out to a fully automotive painted nose cap, and this is one of the painted generation. That being said, if you look at the very top edge, you can see not sun fade, but just some actual, like, basically sandblasting by whipping down the road with frequency, because this was used for a lot of traveling. It's just the general air contact and friction and debris in the air has sort of sandblasted the top of that. It doesn't concern me that it's there. It's normal signs of usage and you know, wear over time on things. And case in point, like we just had a big giant diesel pusher come in that was showing way more signs of like I said, air friction grind than that. So it's there. It doesn't surprise me, and it's normal for the age. Now, the power front jacks on this do the leveling for you. You've got power rear push button stabilizers, outside TV hookups right there, slam latches on these baggage doors, and a full wide open storage cavity right here. It throws some people off. They're like, well, why are there pipes in the pass-through right there? And the answer is because that is the most direct access point to get like from the bathroom, kitchen, or oh my lord, oh, it's been a hot day and it's only getting hotter and I'm already jumbling up my words. From the bathroom sink and toilet to the holding tanks. That's the most direct way to plumb that, so that you get the best function and flow out of those. People say, well, what, doesn't your cargo smash into those? No, not enough to hurt it. That stuff is that you're not going to break those pipes. Like, you're not going to have to expect to replace those. You notice that up in front of the slide out, the bedroom slide out, under it, you don't see a vertical piece of trim right here. And that's because all Jayco fifth wheels for many years now have been using a heavier duty box tube steel upper deck frame right here. It weighs a little more, it costs a little more, but obviously it's structurally more sound because this is not cracking and breaking, nor did the manufacturer pre-crack it and pre-break it. And here's just a good look at the, like I said, you don't see any signs of weathering, of peel, fade, anything like that here. Everything looks good. Really, the only thing, and if I'm just being nitpicky, and I knew to look for it because they don't do this anymore for this reason, is this baggage door underneath of that slide out. It has to like sit like this, straight out. And that's a lot of pressure for this little plastic holdback, and you can see this little plastic holdback just didn't hold up over time. That's kind of normal on little stuff like that. That's 4 screws and not an expensive part, not a big deal. Black tank flush, outside shower, fully enclosed, heated, insulated underbelly, insulated slides, and roof. So all good to go there. Radial tires, 15-inch on these. This is before Eagle HT started offering the 16-inch tire option. Otherwise, we probably would have put it on here. But it was made at, like I said, this is when Eagle HT first started to come into its own. It was made when they started putting a factory-installed 3,000-pound towing hitch on the back of this. So not just an accessory hitch, but if you want to throw like a little boat or small trailer or something behind this, you are good to go. Also a great way to throw a little bike carrier on there. We're going to take a roof and a look. Oh my lord. I'll look at the roof in a minute. This heat's getting to me, guys. I need to go hydrate or something. But just another look at all the windows all the way around the living room here, just to give you excellent airflow, excellent visibility of your campsite. Let's hop upstairs. This roof is excellent. It is cleaned, it is conditioned. You can see that it was actively maintained, and the best example of that, like most of the seals around things you're looking at here are factory original seals, but if I take a look around the skylight, this is the best example I can show you. You can see how there's some seal mismatch here. This is good. This is active preventative maintenance and upkeep. This is exactly what you're supposed to do. Eyeball your seals. When you see them start to get dry or brittle, windy day up here, it's blowing my camera lens around, sorry. When they're starting to crack a little bit, you do a little touch-up seal, just like you saw there. And then when it starts to get a little worse, then you do a full peel and seal. So this is normal, active, preventative care and maintenance. Normally I'd walk right on the roof of this because this has Jayco's Magnum Truss roof system. You can walk all over it. Hi guys! I'm not worried about walking on it, but this was made before more people were wanting rear ladders on more RVs. And we've really accommodated that. Basically, anytime you can put a ladder on the back of an RV now, whether it's optional or standard or whatever, we do it here at Haylitz. This was just built before that. Now, it might throw some people off. That's not like a cheap patch job around that skylight in the slide out. That is slide seam tape. That stuff is absolutely no joke. If they built RVs out of that, if they would have lashed the entire roof and sidewalls together with that thing, I would not be disappointed. It's not pretty, but that is some of the best functioning stuff you can find out there. So this thing looks great. Like I said, it's got some, I mean, the guy used it. You know, it didn't just sit in his yard and not get used. But anything that I see on here, it looks normal for the year, and I see good positive upkeep. So I'm happy with her. I'm very happy with her. Give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. We do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.